tragedy in Taradale.
Can't remember the last time we had a child die due to a house fire.
A father and daughter killed in a fire. Building the Green Line. It's finally underway, even though it's unclear how it will end. And waving the flag.
There's a certain elbows up nationalism in the country right now, and yeah, people want to display what side they're on.
High River residents show their patriotism with Canada Day on the horizon.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. An early morning house fire has ended in tragedy. A father and his young daughter are dead, devastating a Northeast Calgary family. Stephanie Thomas joins us from Terra Lake Way Northeast. And Steph, that neighborhood is grieving.
Ian, it's a tragedy. While there is some gratitude that 4 people survived this house fire that I'm standing in front of, there's neighbors and a family and even fire officials who are all emotional, not only that this house was completely destroyed, but now that a family is grieving. Now, the fire started just after 1 a.m. this morning. It started on the main floor and spread it to the upper floors and the neighboring house, but investigators are still working to find out what caused the fire. We have a picture to show you of Hargun Gill. Officials tell us that she was 9 years old. She was found upstairs, taken to hospital in life-threatening condition, but didn't make it. And we also have a picture of her father, Sonny Gill. He was in his 50s, and he was found by first responders on the main floor, deceased on scene. Neighbors tell us that he had trouble walking and wonder if he wasn't able to escape the flames. Now, his wife and son, Sukhjit and Rohanpreet, were upstairs, and they escaped to the roof to be rescued by fire crews. Now, people who live in the area are sharing their shock and grief.
I started screaming and I started shaking.
Yeah, it's like really shocking for me right now that they both are no more with us. And may God keep their souls in peace.
Oh yeah, it's like bothering too. Yeah, I never heard anything like this or happen nearby.
Ian, the house is a total loss, and it's uninhabitable, according to officials. Officials also aren't sure if there were working smoke detectors or fire alarms. They didn't hear them when they arrived on scene, but say it's possible they could have melted and stopped working because the flames were so intense and the heat also was. But now we do know that a mother and son and the couple that lived in the basement suite of this home are now homeless and grieving. Back to you.
So sad. Thank you very much, Stephanie. Police say a 17-year-old has been charged after showing up at a high school with a gun. It happened June 3rd at James Fowler High in the Northwest. Police say the boy and a teenage girl had an argument off school property shortly after the 15-year-old girl called police, saying the boy entered the school with a gun. The high school went into lockdown for a couple of hours. Police searched the school but did not find the boy. This past Sunday, the 17-year-old was taken into custody and several weapons charges were laid. He cannot be named because of the Youth Criminal Justice Act. A C-train operator has been charged after a collision in April that left a child with a broken leg. The 11-year-old boy was crossing in the marked crosswalk at the Banff Trail station on April 17th when the C-train hit him entering the station. Police said at the time their concern was the train didn't stop where it should have. After an investigation, 6-year-old Gordon Ferdinands has been charged with dangerous operation causing bodily harm. After more than a decade of planning, the City of Calgary has finally begun construction on Phase 1 of the Green Line LRT. Tim Brooke was at the groundbreaking event this afternoon and joins us with more. And Tim, you've chatted with Calgarians who did not think this day would ever come.
Yes, Ian, I'm going to say something right now that a lot of Calgarians are going to find hard to believe, but construction has officially begun on the Green Line LRT, which, as we all know by now, is our city's largest infrastructure project in its history, both in size and in scope. Now, this will all begin in the Shepherd area, and this is the southeast segment that'll run from here to the event center. It's the first 16 kilometers of an overall 46-kilometer vision, plus eventually 12 new stations, a maintenance and storage facility, be 3 park and ride lots and 28 new LRT vehicles. After so much back and forth, the city and the province were able to get on the same page to green light this $6.2 billion segment. Of course, Ottawa and Edmonton are both kicking in, but it's the city that will be bearing the brunt of this construction and any potential future cost overruns.
The Green Line is a commitment to connecting 27 communities across Calgary, shifting nearly 5 million trips a year from road to rail and unlocking tens of thousands of new homes near stations. We want to ensure that they can all access the opportunities that shape this great city. This is the Calgary that we are building.
Now, of course, we're standing here tonight at the site of the future Shepherd Station. A design should be finalized soon on the downtown portion of this line, and so construction there should start in 2027. And as for the ETA of the Grand Central Station, which this line will eventually run to, Ian, as of now, we don't have an answer, but the province has said meetings are happening, and we should have some more info in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Tim, thanks very much. The city is extending its rain barrel rebate program. This spring, the city offered a $50 rebate for rain barrels purchased from Green Calgary or a local vendor. It was limited to 3,000 rain barrels. City officials say there was significant demand, so it's expanding the program to 5,000 barrels. It's also increasing the number of rain barrels qualifying for the rebate to 3, up from 2. For more information, head to our website, ctvnews.ca/Calgary. A special send-off on the last day of school for 2 Calgary childcare providers. Rosemont School held a surprise pancake breakfast this morning for Julie and Susan, who are stepping away after running the daycare at the school for more than 30 years. Julie Burge started in 1991 when her youngest child attended the school. Now she's a grandmother. And the pair have even cared for children in the 1990s who are now parents of children at the daycare now.
Oh, it makes me feel great. Also a little old, but it's good. I can go to work, and I'm completely worry-free knowing that he's here with those 2 ladies. So it was really nice.
The love of kids, and yes, the gratification you get from it. You know, the parents are great too, and the kids are just, yeah, they say what they think. Don't you worry. They make us laugh. You've got to have a good sense of humor. Absolutely.
Burge says she'll miss the kids and her friends, but is looking forward to some peace and quiet. And the summer vacation begins now. Maybe some showers to mar it just a little bit, right?
School's out for the summer. Yes, what a fun song to sing. Do you remember those days? Anyway, it's an exciting time, of course. We are looking at fairly decent weather in this longer range forecast and as we head into long weekend, but just like today, those afternoon showers and thunderstorms are certainly possible for many days over these next 5 to 7 days. Right now, we're getting isolated showers, and you can see in the far, far southeast corner, just catching the edge of a non-severe thunderstorm right now for the city of Calgary. 22 degrees at the moment. Gusts, around 30 kilometers per hour, so not so bad. Your 24-hour forecast brought to you by 5th Avenue Volkswagen. Find more than what you're expecting at 5th Avenue Volkswagen. For tomorrow, it will be a little darker, so cloud cover for much of the day. The sun peeking out maybe here and there. Isolated showers, few, even possible in the morning hours. Just a high of 19 for tomorrow, with thunderstorms certainly likely later in the day. More details coming up, Ian.
Thanks, Danielle. It's an innovative way for former armed forces members and first responders to deal with PTSD. Still ahead, art and the great outdoors, how it helps them decompress. And fraud charges, a local non-profit organization has a warning for others. A local community association is warning other nonprofits in Calgary after they were allegedly scammed out of thousands of dollars by two men, one with a violent past. Nathan Mizera and Joshua Brado are facing fraud charges. They're accused of embezzling $66,000 from the Bowness Ratepayer Scout and Guide Hall Association. The association's president says the pair became involved as volunteers in 2022, but concerns were raised about the deteriorating state of the hall and missing funds. Gord Barge says he was also shocked to learn Brado was convicted of manslaughter of a man in BC in 2011. Now he's warning other community groups to run criminal record checks and be vigilant about screening volunteers involved with operations.
I come from a generation where I trusted. If you shook my hand and said, okay, let's go do this, we're going to do that, right? That's how it worked. But I just get everything in writing. Make sure everything is good. Don't give these people signing authorities if they were to get involved in your organization until they've proven themselves.
Mizera and Brado did not respond to CTV's request for an interview, but issued a joint statement denying any wrongdoing and accusing police of corruption. The pair is scheduled to appear in court August 6th. You know, Danielle, if somebody was celebrating a birthday today, it would be a pretty good day to do so, wouldn't it?
It sure would, Ian. Also, we're matching. See how I'm changing the subject
yeah, we
here?
are. Okay.
Yeah, change the subject. Very nice tie over there. All right, Skywatch weather camera showing you, well, looking at this angle, we have some blue sky peeking out. We have some cloud cover, and in some parts of the city, there are isolated showers happening right now. In the far, far southeast corner, we have the edge of a thunderstorm, non-severe, pushing through. So this is that kind of day where, for the most part, it's really nice, and then you may be interrupted here and there by a short shower or a non-severe thunderstorm. Thunderstorms are less likely. Okay, it's 22 degrees in Calgary right now, right where we should be for this time of year. Mid-20s for Lethbridge, Brooks, Medicine Hat, Pincher Creek sitting at 23. South of Calgary for tomorrow, it will start to get quite gusty. And we have a couple weather things that we need to talk about with regards to the forecast. But before we get there, just to zoom in a little bit, downtown 22, same as the airport. Airdrie also at 22, and Winsport a little cooler in Bragg Creek at 19, same in Cochrane, but Strathmore is sitting at 22. Get your daily dose of greens at Serenity Golf Club, just 20 minutes east of Calgary. Today would have been a nice day for golfing. Okay, radar, satellite, for central Alberta, certainly more thunderstorm activity, non-severe, so some lightning, a quick little downpour, and then the winds picking up a little bit when these little cells roll through. This one that was just to the east of Lethbridge has since died out, and there's one just at the southeast corner of Calgary. I'll zoom in and show you that. Again, non-severe, no hail with this, but a decent downpour that's very short-lived, and a little bit of lightning, but this is tracking off to the east and almost out of the way, but there's still isolated pockets of showers in parts of the city. This is basically the idea for the next couple of days. The difference for tomorrow is we're looking at more cloud cover. So we had a lot of sunshine out there today throughout the day. We're looking at mainly cloudy skies even in the morning hours, and we may even see a couple isolated sprinkles even in the morning. And then supper time hours look like this. Definitely the potential for thunderstorm activity. I want to fast forward to Saturday. Saturday, later in the day, especially throughout the afternoon hours, we have the potential for thunderstorm activity, as well as you can see here, really as early as 1:30 in the afternoon. And then Sunday looks a little more stable. So looking at that longer range forecast, 19 for tomorrow, showers possible in the morning, thunderstorms later in the day, late day thunderstorms possible on Saturday, but more sunshine expected, and that'll get us back into the 20s.
Alberta's leftover children's pain medication from Turkey is going to an international charity. Alberta Health Services confirmed today an agreement has been reached with Health Partners International of Canada. The charity distributes medicine to vulnerable communities worldwide. The province has been storing over 1 million bottles of the medication. AHS says preliminary shipments have begun and additional shipments will happen in the coming months. The procurement and $70 million purchase of the so-called Turkish Tylenol have been widely criticized. A Calgary artist is helping military members and first responders relieve some of their stress through painting. Todd Lachance founded Plein Air MD in 2022 and has helped over 100 people. He takes those with stressful careers into natural areas in southern Alberta and teaches them to paint. Lachance says he's not trying to turn them into artists, but rather help manage their post-traumatic stress injuries. Many participants say just getting out into nature helps them decompress.
Do a quick demo, sort of how I do it. There's, art, you break all the rules, so you can kind of do it anyway, but I sort of give them a pretty lean way of doing it, and then I give them as much or as little instruction as they want. Some people, they just want to wander around, look at nature.
Lachance is looking to expand the program and is raising funds. For more information, head to our website. In a little over a week, Shania Twain will be part of the Calgary Stampede. Still ahead, man, they feel like a woman. The Calgary seniors with a message for Shania. Big sign today, the U.S. economy is slowing down. Joining me is Faisal Karmali, portfolio manager with the Popowich Karmali Advisory Group. And Faisal, the U.S. economy shrank in the first quarter of 2025.
Falling by 0.5%, which brings out a warning signal to many people. But when you dig through the numbers, let's not confuse this concept of what's happening in regards to the economy to why it's happening. The number one issue that we see, the reason of the negative gross domestic product, is because many Americans bought their products from outside of the United States in the first quarter because of the fear of all the tariff and trade war. Think of all those tariffs that are coming in that they would have to pay after the end of March, so they brought forward their purchases. Now, when you calculate gross domestic product, the net export number is the one that contributes to the GDP numbers. So when you have more imports than exports, it's going to cause a drag. And that was the part of the reason of why that 0.5% negative.
There is some good news. Wages in Canada are outpacing inflation.
Yeah, so 4.4% increase in wages, 1.7% increase in inflation year over year. That means wages are going up by better than inflation. That's a good news story. Certain sectors did much better than others, but what the leading indicator on job growth as well as wage growth is job vacancies. When you look at Alberta, if you have more vacancies available, they're willing to pay more to fill those vacancies. As it contracts, they're willing to pay less. Alberta has a negative 9% job vacancy growth, which means we are contracting in jobs that are available on the market. Might be an indicator that this wage growth might not be going for long.
Thanks for the update, Faisal.
Thanks for having me.
Chiefs with Treaty 8 First Nations told Alberta's premier not to push them aside in the name of progress. The Chiefs asserted treaties are constitutionally protected and are between the bands and the federal government, not the province. They want the right to health and education enforced, better emergency management, and control over resources in their territory. All of Alberta is on treaty land. The Chiefs want a resource revenue sharing agreement on oil and gas, forestry, and mining projects.
Things are moving without us. We need to make sure that the province understands their legal obligations to our treaties, to our people, and that no movement will be made without us. There has to be some sort of a relationship developed between Alberta and the nation so we can move forward with some of these projects in a good way for our people.
The Chiefs are seeking a follow-up meeting with Danielle Smith and provincial officials. Heartbreak after a father and his 9-year-old daughter died because of a house fire. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. The tragedy happened early this morning in the community of Taradale. Coming up at 6, we'll have more details about the victims and how they are being remembered tonight. Plus, we'll have the latest on the investigation into the cause of this fire. Also ahead, construction has finally begun on the Green Line LRT. Coming up, we'll see how Calgarians feel about this project finally getting underway. Ian.
Thanks, Tara. The Calgary Stampede Lotteries gave us a sneak peek at all the big prizes today. There are a total of $2.3 million worth of prizes. The 2,500 square foot Rotary Dream Home is worth $1.5 million, and you can walk through it once the grounds open next week. Other prizes include a GMC Sierra truck and a Keystone Bullet Crossfire trailer, electric scooters, and e-bikes. Proceeds from the lotteries go to community projects. A group of Calgary seniors is trying to get the attention of Stampede Parade Marshal Shania Twain.
Let's go, girls.
These ladies from Whitehorn Village Retirement Home created a reel of themselves dancing to Twain's music, wearing their best Western wear. They also showed off their moves for our camera today. The women want the video to go viral so Twain notices it and maybe gives them a follow or a comment. They are huge fans of the Canadian singer and want to show everyone it's important to be active.
Just so people can see that we're having a great time living where we are and that we may be seniors, but we're active. Retweet it, but we'd love to meet her.
You can find their video on Whitehorn Village by Origin's Facebook and Instagram pages. Love it. No big thunderstorm today so far. Right now in Calgary, mainly cloudy and 22 degrees. Danielle has details coming up. Calgary is such a huge city now that some places can get showers and others it's completely dry.
Yeah, and a little bit of sun peeking through. It's not alarming weather, but you know, some communities are getting a little something, whether it's a brief little shower or in the far southeast, a little non-severe thunderstorm. But we got this. I would say it's a bit different though tomorrow, maybe a little more intense. Okay, 22 is the current temperature. Today's high was 23. Basically, we're right where we should be temperature-wise. It's been a really nice day. Tomorrow, though, mainly cloudy. A lot of cloud cover, showers in the morning possible, and then later in the day, thunderstorms possible and a high of just 19.
Thank you, Danielle. A simple display of red and white in the town of High River is uniting neighbors and supporting charity. The Rotary Club of High River's flag program is catching national attention. For just $50 a year, residents rent a Canadian flag. It gets planted on their front lawn 3 times a year for the May long weekend, Canada Day, and Labor Day. What started in 2019 as a small project with just 100 flags has now grown to over 600 this year. The proceeds fund local scholarships, a seniors bus program, food bank support, and global initiatives in places like Burundi and Central America.
This year in particular has been quite a larger response, and you can probably imagine why that is. There's a certain elbows up nationalism in the country right now, and yeah, people want to display what side they're on.
We need to make sure that we don't forget where we came from, and I think it's very important that the people that made this land free don't get forgotten about.
The Rotary Club of High River estimates it will receive about $26,000 in donations this year from its Canadian flag program. Thank you for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.